Ladies and gentlemen from KPMG, please put your hands together for Mr. Gopinath Konetti.
Namaste. Thank you IPGF for this invitation and opportunity. I'm going to share a secret sauce for increasing profitability of most of the commodity companies like pulses and grains and others. So those who are outside, they are going to repent later. So this secret is only for you. I'm Gopinath. I'm partner with Food and Agriculture Management Consulting in KPMG in India. I'm going to share a very simple yet very impactful initiative for most of the commodity company, not only any company for that matter, but more appropriate for companies where there is less visibility with the consumer. So ESG, which stands for Environmental, Social and Governance Standards, is a slow and steady revolution that has been going on around the world for a very valid reason. And these are concepts inside ESG are nothing new to India or nothing new for any of the world. These are very simple metrics that can enhance the appeal of a particular manufacturing or any kind of industry. So I'm just going to share the framework which we developed at KPMG and which when we did a survey of about 70 companies in India which are into agricultural supply chain, whoever have adopted such kind of a mechanism, it has on a conservative basis improved 8 to 10% profitability and on a higher side up to 15% profitability, which is very important for industry like grains and pulses. So I thought I would share this thing with you. And yes, I'm going to take less than 10 minutes. So yeah, so ESG, when it is coupled with important linkages like sustainable sourcing and food safety and quality. So these three are very important pillars for any agri industry. Unlike, let's say, a toothpaste company or a soap company, agri industry has invariable back-end dependence and linkages in sourcing, procurement, because that's very important. And unlike other industries, the raw material quality and its price, everything changes on a dynamic basis. That's why ESG alone cannot help any particular agri industry unless and until it is coupled with important pillars like sourcing and food safety and quality. So these are the three important pillars for any agri industry, and of course there are several parameters that go inside this framework, but these are very simple to implement, but all that requires is a proper investment in attitude, not money. And just to give you an example, ESG has been made mandatory by Government of India for the top 1,000 companies in India already. So it's an immediate requirement for large companies, but it will slowly and steadily, it will also become relevant as well as requirement for most of the companies in India. And of course, apart from government regulation, what I sincerely feel is that if you adopt it as a voluntary measure to improve yourself as a company and then bring such a robust framework of sustainable supply chains and ESG and food safety, it increases your overall visibility of the company as a whole, and that directly results into the profitability and then better numbers. Trust me, I have spoken to many domestic companies as well as exporters and many buyers. I have recently worked with a big food retailer in UK. Out of their 200 suppliers from India, they have zeroed in on the final 70. So the balance 130 are not eligible to supply to UK according to their ESG framework. So that such is the importance. Even if government doesn't make it mandatory. By voluntarily adopting such important measures, it's going to help you in, let's say, giving better top line as well as bottom line. So these are some of the pillars within these three key pillars. And what are the key questions that you need to look at when you look at sustainable sourcing, ESG and framework? So for example, do you have traceability? Do you really understand who is supplying your raw material? And what kind of traceability you have? Is it till mandi level? Is it till farmer level? Or is it at a wholesale level like this? So these are some of the important questions that you need to ask yourself. And as I said, the good news is that most of these change management doesn't actually cost much. For example, I know a Jira exporter in Rajasthan who doesn't even have a wage register. For example, there are more than 200 daily casual labor, and then everything is paid in cash, which is not such a healthy practice. And you need to understand how, let's say, your company, I mean, even whether it's a casual labor or a permanent labor, they need to aspire to be associated with a company that stands for standards, welfare and sustainability. So that's all I would like to share it today, and of course we can discuss on the sidelines of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Konetti. That was indeed fast. Almost caught us on the wrong foot. You promised that you'd be quick, but I didn't really expect to be that quick. May I please request from the, Mr. please step up on the stage and present a memento to Mr. Konetti. We have the memento ready. Thank you.